for Benino. Dogovic goes back. Dogovic tied for the all-time Latvian national team scoring lead with 40 points with Boris Darzic. And that shot by Maki deflected away.
Darzic, one of the coaches this year. Finally, he's retired. So he's right to the coaching staff.
Dogovic goes after. He scored the goal against Switzerland that propelled Latvia to the quarterfinals. The tying goal in the third period. They needed 1 point to get to the quarters. Benino centers it, just missed by Perunovic. Sabolskis back the other way for A-balls. That pass out of the reach of calls, icing called against Latvia.
Saw Grimaldi, who leads the tournament in scoring, tied with Dominic Kubalik, set up the exact same kind of goal yesterday. On a 3-on-2, drives the middle, trying to find the guy through the triangle. He's been a dynamic player. Was off to a great start against Germany. 2 points the first 5 minutes for Rocco Grimaldi.
Yeah, had a goal disallowed. It didn't go in.
And the goal taken away.
Yeah.
He thought it was in, never got over the line.
The official thought it was. And that was a key moment in the game, too. In the end, Germany got the goalie out, scored the tying goal, then won it in overtime. The United States' 12th straight loss in a semifinal game.
It happened so quickly.
Mike Lesimon. Watched there by Rubens. Lesimon shoots, it goes off a leg. Rubens back on it. Prior to this, Latvia's best ever finish in the World Championship was 7th 3 times.
It's already been an incredible tournament for Latvia, but third will feel a lot different than fourth in the history books.
On and off the ice. On the ice, a triumph, and off the ice, an absolute home run from that side of the draw in Riga. Everyone raving about the job they did hosting the tournament there. They got it back after 2021 when there was no attendance allowed. The city was bottled up. The players were bubbled. In comes Cutter. Gauthier works in. Couldn't get that shot away. Gauthier, along with Lane Hudson of Team USA, eligible to play in next year's World Junior Championship. Both 2004-born players. In the corner, Yaks got spilled. The penalty coming to Team USA. Bukarts works in. That's poke checked away. Play continuing here.
Yeah, I think Cutter Gauthier poked that one out pretty distinctly, but no whistle yet. Trip coming up.
So Seelovs gets off with the extra skater. Bukarts winds his way into the offensive zone. Bukarts spins back, and Baltzers plays that back around. Buckmelis. And finally, play is called. 13:58 to go here in the first period. No score between the USA and Latvia.
Team USA player number 91, mandatory for tripping.
So Latvia on the power play. Carter Mazer goes off for a trip. The Latvians are 6 for 31 on the man advantage. Eyeballs lead the way with 2 power play goals. It's been good when they needed it.
This is the kind of game they're going to need it. Special teams are going to have to be solid for them against the Americans.
And getting the first one in the bronze medal game is huge. Bogovic has that poked away. Patrick Brown goes high off the glass, and that rattles over the penalty box and out, but it deflected off the end glass.
And you're exactly right, especially against the Americans, who will be trying to get their energy back up. And you see Mazur just gets his skate or stick caught up in the back of Yaks, who goes in awkwardly. But if you can get the Americans down early, that sort of, oh man, I can't believe we're here again, could creep into their mindset.
Balls lost that face-off. And Marino has it back for Dylan Sandberg, who sends it down the ice. Vashes moves across the line, but taken away by Benino and sent back down. The Americans have allowed 4 power play goals on 20 opposition attempts. Kenich feeds that back to Richards Bucharts. Up into Zierkals. Zierkals, a Toronto Maple Leaf draft pick in 2015, pivots back. Zierkals feeds that out. Bucharts centers it. What a great chance there for Kenich, turned away by DeSmith.
That's the one they want. Brilliant setup. Check play from the goal line. Pop past to Kenich, who can really rip it. Saved by DeSmith.
Richards Bucharts plays that back for his brother Roberts. Puck moved back out. Here's Zierkals. Winds it across the line, drops it back for Richards Bucharts. 15 seconds to go in the Latvian power play. Richards Bucharts centers it. Good shot, score! Roberts Bucharts on the power play, and Latvia's grabbed the lead.
Bucharts on a nice feed from his brother Richards. Little touch pass through space. Roberts slides to the back door, and Richards floats this beautiful little pass underneath the defensive run, and a tidy finish right against the back bar. The Bucharts boys connect on the biggest game they've ever played.
32-year-old Roberts Bucharts playing in his 10th World Championship. This is the most experienced team in the tournament. Their players have played more tournaments and more games than any other team. 12 have played at least 4 World Championships. Now, that shot by Rubens deflected wide. So a big power play goal for Latvia sparks this crowd even more. Big wide pass picked up by Balcers. Feeds that to Dogovic. Dogovic drops it back, but the pass through Freeberg's out of the play. Balcers pokes it ahead. Dogovic winds in for Abels. Shoots and rolled off his stick. Now crisscrossing with Dogovic, who plays that back at the point for Chukstad. Balcers shoots, that's blocked, and sent down the ice by TJ Tynan.
Tell you what, Latvia's gotten some good looks in this game early. This American team came into the semifinals having given up 8 goals in 8 games. They gave up 4 against Germany and given up 1 to start here.
They had given up just 2 in the third period all tournament. They gave up 1 in the third against Germany in the overtime winner. Latvia started with losses to Canada 6-0, then a 2-1 defeat to Slovakia. They went 0 for 6 in the power play in that game. Then the big one that turned it around, the overtime win against Czechia. The goal by Batya. They got them their first win and then set them on a 6-game winning streak.
That was the first of a tournament of firsts for Latvia, who had never beat Czechia before.
Right. Mackey, long shot, drifts wide. Picked up by O'Connor. Drew O'Connor centers it. Here's Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier feeds it back to O'Connor with a long shot that goes wide. Batya back on it. Fed back in. Now a chance in front. Grimaldi scores! Rocco Grimaldi grabs that pass from Anders Bjork. And the United States has tied it up.
And Rocco Grimaldi takes the tournament lead in scoring with his 13th point. 6 goals. What a tidy little finish. Tired group of Latvian defenders can't get the puck over the blue line. You see a lot of guys standing around. No one's really covering. Grimaldi comes in late and strings out Zilov and places it. Marunovic kicks it back. It's a nice
So
almost
Bjork won the battle for the puck. Brunovic gets it across, and Grimaldi, who's playing for Team USA for the first time since the under-18s, for the World Junior rather, in 2013. As equalized less than 2 minutes after Latvia had grabbed the lead.
Almost a bit of a change-up by Silovs there to catch him sliding, post it in. Saw him go with a big slapper in the semis for a goal. That's a tricky wrister. And huge for the States to get right back level under 2 minutes after Latvia opens the scoring.
As you mentioned, now takes over the tournament point lead. And scores his 6th of the World Championship. Picked off again. Grimaldi drops it back. Perbic. That shot kicked away by Yax. Grimaldi got a 30-plus goal year for 2 American League teams. Has spent parts of 8 seasons in the NHL with Florida, Colorado, Nashville. He's a second-round pick of Florida back in 2011.
Classic tweener. Got Tuck.
Lead pass for Tuck, and that's knocked away by Chukstay. Tuck can really fly. And now Chukstay's hurt. A hit by Tuck, and a penalty coming to Team USA. Carlos Chukstay is down in front of the Latvian bench.
Yeah, tough hit. Not sure why that would be a penalty at all. Chukstay did fall awkwardly back first into the boards, but he was facing Tuck. So the play's offside here, but you can hit people when they're offside. He's got the puck on his stick. I don't know, Gord. That's not a penalty. He touches the puck twice. They're facing each other. Just because you're offside and you see him catch his left foot in the ice, that's what causes him to tumble. Right. He catches an edge. But just because you're offside doesn't mean you can't hit someone. That's not a rule.
There's the call from Liam Sewell. So that means they've called a major penalty, a 5-minute penalty. They'll review it now. So it's going to be at least 2.
Chukstay's in real discomfort, and I get that. It was an awkward hit. He went in tough, and he's not selling this at all. That really hurts.
And they're bringing a stretcher out for Chukstay, who's now back to his feet.
But watch his left skate.
Yeah,
he catches a skate and he falls in awkwardly right in the tailbone, base in the back. Tough hit. But there's the second touch. It's not interference. It's not a hit from behind. It's not a charge. What is it? I'm a bit stronger. I knocked him over. And it had a tough result. That's a tough one for Alex Tuck. And we'll see if he steps out of the box or not. He's trying to get the word from the officials in advance. See what his reaction says about whether he's in this game or not.
Here's the call from referee Liam Sewell.
After review, the call on the ice is a minor penalty for boarding.
2 for boarding to Tuck.
I just don't know, Gord. It's just a tough one. The result maybe forces the call. Once they have 5, they get downgraded to a 2, but nothing wrong with that hit, other than the unfortunate end result.
So Latvia back on the power play after scoring on its first.
And having multiple good looks. It wasn't just one shot.
Yeah.
They had a couple good chances.
Balls wins that face-off back to Andrashis. Balinskas. Mixi Andrashis, another veteran of this Latvian national program. Andrashis plays it down to Dogovic. Balcers. Lines that back, and Balinskas just held out of the line.
Good keep.
Dogovic. Balinskas. Back to Balcers. Centers it. Dogovic had that poked away. Patrick Brown racing to it.
Big time battle between A-Balls and Sandberg in front of the net.
And they're still going. Andrashis works it back for Dogovic. Taps that back to Balcers across to Balinskas. Now Balcers a hard shot, hit a skate in front, and Brown sends it down.
Sandberg got his money worth in that battle.
Balinskas. The drum for Richards Bukarts. This year with Klagenfurt in the Ice Hockey League. Playing out of Austria. He got knocked down in the corner. Now the pass is knocked down by Zirkals. Zirkals. Back in the corner for Roberts Bukarts, who has the Latvian power play goal. Trying to flip that back in front. Picked off by Drew O'Connor and sent back down the ice. 40 seconds to go in Latvia's second power play. 8 to go in the first period. And a 1-1 tie. In comes Yaks with it. Giannis Yaks drops that back, picked off by Bonino. And banked back down the ice, right down to Seelovs, who plays it back around for Zirkov. Zirkov drops that back to Rehart's Bukarts, who has to retreat. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Bukarts drops it back to Kenich. Not high off the glass at the point. That long shot by Roberts Bukarts went off the glove of Smith. Tuck steps back out. Yaks drops it back. Kenich feeds it down. That pass by Rehart's Bukarts just missed Zirkov. Now stolen by Tuck. In comes Alex Tuck. Yaks throws it back in front. Couldn't quite reach that. That would have been spiffy. O'Connor, he shoots and Seelovs punches that away. Shake and bake by Lane Hudson in the corner. Moves away from Batya. Hudson spins that down to Tuck, winding in. Now Hudson has it back. Grimaldi trying to center. That was knocked away by Yaks. The puck moves to the side of the goal, and Seelovs quickly grabs that. 6:53 to go. The first period, 1-1. The U.S. and Latvia.
All right, folks, now it's time to play some Hobo Crowd. Hobo Cam. Come on, guys. Yeah, go. Yeah.
During that stoppage, Alex Tuck had a long conversation with referee Liam Sewell trying to get a clarification on that boarding penalty. He'll stay out there now for the face-off of the Latvian zone.
You know, a downplay, but some of it is a little bit stronger than the guy he hit. It looked bad.
Yeah, once you've called it, you can't take it off the board.
Yeah, once the 5 is called, the least you can take it down to is a 2. You can't go down to nothing.
Which makes you wonder, why not?
Exactly. That's a very good point. Absolutely. Get it right is the goal, then get it right.
Balzers, and for Dogovic, he was knocked down. Back at the point, got away from Freibergs. He knocks down Grimaldi. That'll be a penalty for interference on Balzers, as Grimaldi was going to be off to the races. Check that Freibergs will go off for it, as he stepped right into Grimaldi to stop his race for the puck.
He knew he was in trouble.
Number 29, 2-minute minor penalty, interference.
And Grimaldi is going to fly right by him. The puck had bounced over Freiberg's stick, so...
That is textbook interference right there.
I mean, that's the one they put in the rule book. Kind of tangled him up against the boards on his backhand, so instead of letting Grimaldi fly by and take the race, he elected to opt for the penalty kill. Lots of officials on the American bench. They know what's up.
Put their arm up.
But when your penalty kill is 28 of 29 in the tournament, you put your faith in the killers.
Latvia's been real good at this. U.S. 6 for 21 coming in. Bonino and Goche, 2 power play goals each to lead the U.S. Perunovic feeds that back to Tynan for Perunovic. Back across to Cutter Goche. Perunovic to Goche. Loves to shoot. Feeds that down. And Bonino had that turned away.
This thing will go through his legs there.
Goche back to Perunovic. Swings it across to Tynan. Tynan winds in, feeds it back. Goche hammers that shot. Going to take the outside of the post. It went wide. Now Tynan walks back in. Slides that down to Tuck. Back for Perunovic. Now Senator Bonino's shot flutters wide. Goche back on it. Back around to Tynan. For Bonino to Tynan. TJ Tynan trying to slide that back down. Picked up by Rubens. Now play back across to Goche. Cutter Goche. Moves that back to Perunovic. long shot got through and just missed. Rubens got poke check there. Thailand's got it back. Feeds that back, and that shot turned away. Silovs off the stick of Brunovic. It's a long time in the offensive zone for Team USA. Benito on Sabolskas. And Benito goes back across to Lane Hudson. On late comes Garland. Hudson goes across to Coronado. Slides that down to behind the goal. Mazur. Hudson. Grimaldi. Mazur sends it back. Oh, Silov's a great stop there on Coronado and hangs on to it. Whoa, that was set up perfectly.
It's a tough one-timer, but Coronado can really shoot the puck. Very strong hands. And skating into this one, he's going to try to find this one short side of the net. He's so worried about getting a lot on it. He pulled it back across the net. Good look by Mazur. It's happening so quickly. He's barely off the short post when he gets across to make the saves.
22 seconds to go in the American power play. Coronado wins that face-off back to Hudson. Montreal draft pick back to Garland. A shot that was blocked by Rubens.
He doesn't take slappers. What is he doing? It's unheard of for Connor Garland.
Mazur feeds that back to Hudson across to Grimaldi. Takes the return pass from Coronado. Grimaldi shoots. Hit a leg in front. Rebound. Hammered off the side of the goal by Coronado. Grayberg steps back on. One shot on goal for Team USA in that power play. Hudson spins back. That pass is picked up by Luckmelis. In comes Dan Luckmelis. Shoots. DeSmith makes the stop on that. Now Team USA counterattacking quickly. Coronado moves in. Valinska stays with him. Drushes looks across. Rehart's Bukart's busting in. Goes behind the back. Moves it back in front. DeSmith down. Jam score. Yanis Yaks pokes it home, and Latvia's grabbed the lead again.
Latvia dangerous off the rush again, and Yanis Yaks not showing any hesitation for a defenseman, getting right in there. Rehart's Bukart's, how you doing? Little through the legs, hard drive though. And DeSmith doesn't know where the puck is. It is sitting against his pad on the post. Get a great look at it here. Great cut. There it is, just sitting there. And Yaks gets enough puck. He doesn't harpoon the pad at all. That's not going to be, they can challenge if they want. That will not be overturned at all. And Yaks finds the puck before any American defender or the goaltender did. And Latvia restores the lead.
Yanis Yaks hadn't scored until the medal round. He had a key power play goal against the Swedes in the quarters to make it 3-1.
But he's been good in this tournament.
Very good.
May not have scored, but he's been an eye-opener for Latvia.
Latvia's second goal, scorer number 72, Yanis Yaks. Assist 13, Rihard Bukarts.
So Bukarts with a couple of assists.
Couple beauty assists, really.
Zier calls us 2 assists, and Latvia has a 2-1 lead.
And Gord, every time we get late in the period like this, boy, Latvia wants to grind out these last 3 minutes. Get to the intermission with a lead.
Across the line. That's offside. As winding in with Michael Asimov. 2-1, Latvia's grabbed the lead here late in the first period.
Show your dance skills because it is referee. It's time. Here we
On the Latvian bench, a 2-1 lead here late in the first period on Team USA in the bronze medal game. Latvia's been in the top division for 26 consecutive years, has never played for a medal at this tournament or any other top-level IIHF competition. Cutter Goche.
Oh, right in his
Look, that's
face.
deflected right into Janis Jak's face. And Mazur works back in. He falls on a penalty coming to Latvia. That's going to go to Christian Rubins for the trip, and that came after Jaks took a puck right in the face.
Ouch, that, oh boy. Nice. Deflection, trying to tip it in. The Latvian players are talking to the officials. And here's the rule. You don't blow it down unless the player's in danger. Now, he's in discomfort.
Right.
And that is awful. And a complete accident, but he's not in danger per se.
No.
And so they don't blow it down. So Rubins has to come flying over to try to stop the rush because Jaks is hurt now for Latvia. Chukste out of the lineup. Rubins in the box. Jaks may be going to get repairs. They will be down to just 4 defensemen.
Right.
Because they are, you know, that's the second guy to head to the dressing room. Jaks is on his way to the dressing room.
Jaks played 4 years of college hockey at American International College. Prior to that, played in the North American Hockey League. Lots of experience in North America, and that's a nasty look.
Yeah, it's awful. To get it back, the flex on the stick of Jaks, making sure it gets across the line. Euphoria to now he's pulling teeth 3 minutes later and bleeding. Welcome to a life of a hockey player.
So they scrape the ice as best they can. The president of Latvia is here. And the stands are full of Latvian fans. It is the other night when they beat Sweden. There were 9,000 fans inside, 7,000 outside the fan zone.
It's going to be my single greatest takeaway from this tournament. Will be the Latvian fan, Latvian team interaction. It's been inspiring for the players and fun for both teams.
Now an opportunity for Team USA to tie the game again on the power play.
Well, watch Goche the shot here. Tying into Goche is a look they love to find through the seam.
Brunovic. Lines back, feeds that across to Tynan for Brunovic. Being shot by Dogovic, a fluttering puck there. Brunovic kept it alive. Held by Brunovic. Across he goes to Goche. Cutter Goche. Works that back to Brunovic. Goche shoots and Silovs makes the save in tight.
Goche has every shot in the book. He came into the game with 56 shots on net in 9 games. Whether it's a wrister, sweeper, that was a back foot one-timer, hard to do. He has got them all. Patterned his shot and his release after Austin Matthews, and you can kind of see some similarities.
Brunovic. Winds back across the top. A little wrist shot there trying to find the stick of Benino. That just missed. Goche. Spins it back to Brunovic. For Goche. That flutters wide. Goche, the 19-year-old, we mentioned, still eligible to play next year's World Junior Championship in Sweden. Goche banks that back to Brunovic. Across he goes to Tynan. TJ Tynan. Lines out. Drops that back to Brunovic. Walks it and shoots. That deflected right in front. Was blocked. And sprawling in front of that was Lumas Belinskas. Latvian changing. Lead pass for Tuck. 45 seconds to go on the American power play. Grimaldi works in. Being watched here by Balsers. Brunovic drops. Tuck walks in. Feeds across. Backhand shot lifted wide. Great chance there for Garland. Now Grimaldi. Back Back to Brunovic. Americans complete a change as Mazur comes in. Carter Mazur drops that back to Coronado. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Coronado. Back to Brunovic. Grimaldi shoots, scores! Rocco Grimaldi's got his second of the period. The game is tied at 2.
It's become the Rocco Grimaldi show for USA. He grabs his second, now just one off the tournament lead. And stretching out his point total of 14. Simple one-timer. Ideal.
Can he ever wire it?
He can shoot it. Smaller guy, we saw it last game. Now the problem is the shot blocker is supposed to take the far side of the net away and give the short side to the goaltender. The opposite happened, which makes it harder for Seeloff to pick up. And there it is. We talked about Latvia wanting to get the intermission. A good power play for the U.S. Make sure that it's tied in the last minute of the first period.
Grimaldi spent all of this year in the American Hockey League for San Diego and Rockford. The year before played for Nashville. Actually had a pretty good run with Nashville for 4 seasons.
Team USA, second goal, call please for number 56, Rocco Grimaldi.
So a 2-2 tie here.
Assist 50.
Quite a turn of events. You mentioned Yachts goes off. He's back out there now. Rubin's tripping penalty, and the U.S. equalizes the game.
Yachts will be a guy that would kill. Chukste is a guy who kills penalties. They're not available, and Grimaldi takes advantage deep into a power play. Look at that. Basically, oh boy, is that his teeth missing in the top as well? Oh dear. He's in for an unpleasant couple weeks.
Well, out of the jersey, I'm surprised we don't even keep playing. That's normally
The solution to get that off of there.
Asimov shoots him a sharp angle, and Seeloff makes the stop on that and hangs on.
That's a soft net peg. That came off very easily.
It has repeatedly in this medal round.
And they got to get it locked in because you know goalies be ramming their bodies up against the post now. We've seen several attempts and goals from below the goal line as guys try to bank pucks in on the goalie. So they got to squeeze up against the post to make sure it doesn't get in. Seeloff knocked it off.
Rocco Grimaldi, native of Anaheim, California. Off the draw, Asimov drops that back for O'Connor. That shot was blocked. Andrashis. Rink wide to Richards Buchards. Nifty backhand pass there to Andrashis as time winds down here in the period. O'Connor lost the puck to Andrashis. Centers it. Buchards put that wide. What a chance there for Richards Buchards, who's pleading for a penalty from the seat of his pants.
Tough turnover.
Asimov back the other way. Works in, trying to center it. And Batya got to stick on that. Batya in the corner. Pokes that back to center ice. And the United States and Latvia will go to the dressing room tied at 2 after the opening 20 minutes of the bronze medal game here in Tampere, Finland.
Team Latvia 2. Tilanne ensimmäisen erän jälkeen USA 2, Latvia 2. Shots on goal in the first period. Team USA 11, Team Latvia 8. Laukaukset on maalia kohti. Ensimmäisessä erässä USA 11, Latvia 8.
Easy in front, easy in front. Good battle, watch the stick, Sammy. Sammy, watch the stick. Stop, stop.
Hard ready.
Heads up, I see it, I see it, I see it. It's right in the crease, he's making a save. The goalie goes down into butterfly to try to make the save, that's not a penalty.
After the first period.
come on, come on.
Richard's boot guard's a major factor in that opening period. A 2-2 tie between the United States and Latvia. Casey Smith allows 2 goals on 8 Latvian shots. The 31-year-old from Rochester, New Hampshire, and 22-year-old Artur Silovs played most of this year for Abbotsford of the American Hockey League. 2 goals and 11 shots by the U.S.
Chuk stay back on the ice for Latvia.
So they get him back.
And he left after taking a tough hit from Alex Tuck.
Yanis Yaks took a puck in the face.
So at least Latvia is back to full strength to start the second period.
And the teams will start this second period 5-on-5. Latvia scored once in the power play. The U.S. tied at 2-2 on a power play goal by Rocco Grimaldi, now the tournament point leader and climbing the goal list as well. Here's the captain, Nick Bonino. Up ahead for Alex Tuck. That's fired wide by Perbich. Zile. Rolling puck. Slides that back to center. Baltzer's looking up for Donkovic. That's knocked away. Perbich for Bonino. To Rocco Grimaldi. Drops it back to Alex Tuck. Feeds that back to Bonino. Walks it and shoots. That was blocked by Baltzers. And now Tuck with a rolling puck. Fires. Pad save by Silov. Mackey lays it down to Tuck. Alex Tuck works in. Fans on the backhand shot. Another chance to poke at it. He puts it wide. Good first shift for Team USA here to start the second period. Long shot by Mackey goes wide. Here's Grimaldi back on it. O'Connor works that down. Centered by Connor Garland. That bounces away. Now Garland back on the forecheck with it. That's knocked away. Icing called against the Latvians. Connor Garland has a conversation with his teammate Tyler Clevin.
So the Rocco Grimaldi show offensively for Team USA in the first period. Tied it up with a nice little play. Brister off the post, and a one-timer on the power play. The tournament's leading scorer adds to his totals.
Off the face-up tip back by Garland. Has it back now, and Casey will flip that wide. Connor Garland, 2-time 30-goal scorer for Moncton in the Quebec League. Had that batted away. Now Prunovich drops it off to Garland. Spins and shoots. He loves a save, but he quickly pounces on that. With Asimov looking for the loose puck.
Connor Garland's a difficult player to play against because he uses his short stature to his advantage. Stopping and starting. And Yanis Yaks got some more repairs. You see a little tape on his lip.
Oof. It
Sounds as uncomfortable as it was. Looked like he might have lost some teeth as well.
It looked like he pulled one of his own teeth out at one point.
Well, you got to keep them so that they can put it back in or manufacture one that looks exactly the same.
I'm trying to remember who did that on the bench in Washington. I was doing a game in Washington one night, and the guy pulled a tooth out.
Anything better than missing a shift?
I don't know.
Apparently. I've been told.
That pass picked off by Garland. Winds it back in front. Krastenberg's chipped that away. Moved back in by Thrun. Garland centers it. O'Connor shoots. It goes off the stick of Batnian wide. Look back across Thrun. Drops it down to Garland. Moves it and shoots short side. Knocked in by Silovs. Prunovich knocked down. Prunovich races back for that loose puck. O'Connor. Comes it across to Garland. Here's O'Connor back with it. O'Connor spins and shoots and put that wide. Brunovic. Knocked off the puck by Krastenberg. That's lifted high in the air by Yax. Here's Lane Hudson with it, being forced there by Roberts Buchart, who had a goal in that first period. Skips back down to Brunovic. Up for Gauthier. Cutter Gauthier. For Carter Mazur with TJ Tynan. Mazur in, shoots, whistled that wide.
It's rare to see anybody else on this line shoot the puck. It's all Gauthier all the time.
It always funnels to Gauthier. Lead pass now, Indrashis works in. And Hudson stays with him and throws him down hard. There's
done.
that'll make Montreal fans happy as Hudson shows some strong defensive play there.
You can defend with your feet, and it works as well. No matter how big you are, if you're in the right spot, you have the leverage, it can work. Lane Hudson, who is shorter and very slight, but you can't skate right through him, gets underneath Indrashis, shove him right off his feet.
He had a great offensive year at Boston University, 48 points in 39 games. He's a Montreal second-round pick in 2022.
Basically one of the best freshman years offensively since Brian Leach,
right,
who was in town today.
He was inducted into the IIHF Hall of Fame, one of 9 inductees earlier today. Canada's Carolyn Millett, another. Henrik Zetterberg. A glittering class.
That's my old teammate, Christophe Baluet.
Yeah. Back at the point, shot by Clement, hit Seelov's in the mask, rebound, flipped high by Coronado. Brown picks that free. Seelov's is indicating the referee's mask is loose.
The back strap is off, you can see it dangling. He's trying to yell at the official.
Seelov's is barking at the referee. Yeah, right back. Now in comes Clement. Moves that down, and Seelov's is still yelling at the referee. Pointing to his mask.
Blow it now. Right? There's no threat, but chance to take the mask off and throw it at the ref.
Smirnov drops that back to Freyberg. Mack up ahead for Bonino. Threads that for Tuck. In with Grimaldi. Tuck shoots, and Seelov's makes the stop on that, and now Seelov's is really hot at the referee. That play wasn't called sooner.
He's got a good point. I mean, as an official, you need to recognize when the goaltender gets hit in the head, be on the lookout for a loose mask. You can see the right side strap is loose. He was yelling at the referee for 30 seconds, and Ribbons didn't hear him or didn't pay attention. There's the shot from Clement that knocked it off. And it was about a 20-second attempt from Seelov's to get the referee's attention.
By the way, it was Eric Belanger of the Capitals who pulled his own tooth on the bench.
Who got it? Who told you that?
I looked it up.
Oh, you looked it up.
I Googled it.
Yeah, I thought
you were kind of on a roll there, so I took a moment to.
Maybe Eric maybe said that it was me. I did it. Glad that didn't result in a goal for the U.S. with Seelov's.
That would have been controversial. That would have been tricky. Now the Latvians trying to make a late change here, but the referee is saying no.
Well, we got 4 players now, so someone's got to come back on.
U.S. has the last change here.
They tried to slide Balsers out there with his normal line to complete the line change.
So he balls for the face-off against Bonino. Tuck wins that face-off back to Perunovic. And Perunovic winds in. Skipped away from Bonino. Rollins Kenich has it back. Across the line comes E-balls, and the play's offside.
The first period was played like two teams that were totally invested, but maybe it's a little bit looser than they want to be. Rocco Grimaldi talked about it in between periods. Not the U.S.'s best period, but they know they can be better. If they are, they're in a good spot.
Grimaldi now with 7 goals in the tournament, 1 shy of the lead held by Dominik Kubalik of Czechia. He's tied with Cutter Gauthier for second spot on the goal scoring list.
We do have that all-tournament team to vote for coming up today.
Yeah. Alex Tuck Drops that back for Benito. Walks in and fires. Silov save. Rebound loose in front. Knocked away by Balcers. And Brunovic had that poked away. Love down by Belinskas. 5 minutes into the second period. Shots are 15-8 Team USA. Latvia was outshot 41-15 in its quarterfinal win over Sweden, which it won 3-1. That pass misfires and icing called against Team USA.
Benito's got to stay. He's been out there for a while. He has a good chance as Balcers gets lost on the rotation. A really good defensive player gets confused. Benito slides on in. And Silov's there waiting with the glove at the ready. Particularly for Big Benito, the captain. Always a great honor to get a letter on your jersey.
Hartford, Connecticut native.
What a fantastic career. He's done a lot of winning at a lot of levels.
He was drafted by San Jose in the 6th round in 2019. He played about 400 NHL games before he finally got back to play his first game for San Jose. He wasn't drafted in 2019, but, oh geez, 2009. Played like 600 games before he got to play for the Sharks.
As long as he gets there eventually. Full circle moment. Decade later.
Here's O'Connor with it. Slides that back down. Rubens straighten up O'Connor. Rubens got into 3 NHL games with the Toronto Maple Leafs year before this one. Batya with it. One thing the Latvians bring is a big team every year. They have a lot of sizable guys. Zirkals, rink wide to Batya. 6'5", 230 pounds of him. Looks down to Zirkals. Run couldn't work that frame. Batya walks back out. Backhand shot rolls wide. Zirkal spins and shoots. Tipped in front by Roberts Bucart. And Batya back on it. Chukste back out there for Latvia. After being injured in that hit by Tuck in the first period. Hudson goes after it. Lane Hudson spins that back. Brandrashis. Bouncing puck bounces to Henry Thrun. His NHL debut with San Jose this year after his Harvard season came to an end. And actually missed commencement at Harvard this week, playing here at the World Championship.
Well, the Harvard guy should know he's got to get to the red line or else it's an icing. And don't throw it in there 3 feet shy. We have learned that 3 feet is not given internationally as it often is in North America. Henry Thrun will have to go back and play defense. And when he gets back, he'll get his diploma handed off to him.
Hudson just 19 years of age.
The fact that these guys can play in the World Juniors next Christmas is scary. How much confidence they should be pulling from this and from their next college season.
Hudson gains center ice and wrists that back down to the Latvian zone. Silov's knocked off stride by Mazer. Here's Gauthier back with it. In for Mazer. Shields off Freibergs. And Belinskas spins back in the corner. Latvia has led the game twice. The U.S. equalized both times. And Belinskas had that chopped away by Gauthier. Gauthier, 16 goals in 32 games this year as a freshman at Boston College. Gauthier back with it. Straight over by Freibergs. Bucart threw that ahead. It was knocked down by Sandberg. Otherwise, Indrashis was off to the races. Now for a sharp angle. Whistle wide by Riards Bucart.
Good idea. It's been all around it. The Bucarts, both of them have had strong games.
Rivets. Back around to Kenich. Mackey fires that back in. Chopped up by Yax and Krastenberg. Plays it back ahead. In comes Ronald Kenich. Kenich. Winds back. Shoots! I'm not sure if DeSmith got a piece of that, but it deflected wide.
He lost an edge or got tangled up and was sliding out of the net. That hit the post.
Now Brown. There are Silovs. We'll have another drive that's blocked by Krastenberg.
Brown wrister caught the post. For a thud.
Jaks spins it around to Krastenberg, who was added to the Latvian roster late in this tournament. Have some early injuries. That's the opportunity. Latvia 5-1 here in the second. Chukste for Zile. Mellows that wide. Dogovic throws that back across to Balcers. Chukste back down to Dogovic. Shields off Grimaldi. Eballs with a quick chance. Knocked away by DeSmith. Zile looks back down to Eballs. And Brunovic had the wall sealed by Buchardt. In comes Srun leading the rush for Team USA. And Chukste took that away from him. Zile lost the puck to Grimaldi for a moment. And now Zile with the emergency swing knocks that out. But the puck stayed in the zone. O'Connor winds in. O'Connor works it back. Seelovs throws down the blocker and just holds that out. Good pressure by Team USA here in the second period. It remains a 2-2 tie in the bronze medal game at the World Hockey Championship.
Yeah, that is right. This tournament would not be possible whatsoever without the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amazing volunteers who'll be working so hard to make it possible for each and every one of you to be here. In each game, we want to reward one volunteer of the game, possibly who are we rewarding today.
Näistä sinisistä puuhaista palkitaan tässä ottelussa Ita Koiviston asiakasohjaajat, fan advisors. Asiakasohjaajat ovat monien fanien ensimmäinen kontakti, sillä he tarjoavat apua ja ohjeistusta areenan lähialueella. Nita on perehdytyksestä asti osoittanut kiinnostusta tehtävää kisoja kohtaan ja ollut oma-aloitteinen ja hyvä toinen. Kiitokset Nita ja muut vapaaehtoiset. Thank you Nita and our volunteers. Yay!
Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you.
Latvia led Canada 1-0 and 2-1 in the semifinal game yesterday. Wound up losing that game. Adam Fantilli scored a spectacular go-ahead goal. Later tonight, Fantilli and Team Canada will go for gold against Germany, which will try to win the tournament for the first time in its history. As the Latvians here this afternoon play for a medal for the first time in their country's history in the top-level IIHF event. Hudson goes back for Garland. Asimo has that knockdown by Sabolskis. Laid back down in the American zone. Zirkals goes in for it. Batnya got tied up there. A hand pass is called. The face-off will come outside.
Talked about that post from Patrick Brown. Innocent-looking wrister. And Seeloff just whips on it.
Yeah. Wow.
No screen, no nothing, and he picks it right off. But he makes up for this pretty athletic effort to get back and grab it with his blocker. There's a quick 3-on-1 developed in front of him. He knows he's going to be under siege. He knows there's going to be 40 shots against him in the game. And he knows he's got to be at his very best to give his team a chance to win a medal for the first time.
Played 5 games with the Vancouver Canucks this year. 44 with their American League affiliate in Abbotsford. Belinskas lines it back ahead, and Drashis throws that rink wide. Drashis plays that back to Belinskas. Buckmellis had that knocked away. Buckmellis opened the scoring against Canada yesterday in the semis. As Sabolskis has that taken away. TJ Tynan, a 2-time American Hockey League Player of the Year in 2021 and 2022. Tynan centers it. Here's Gauthier, plays it back to Clevin. Back down to Cutter Gauthier. Looking for Mazur. Mazur bowls back in and shoots. Stopped by Seelovs. Past the midway point of the second period. Brown throws that back down. Clement jumps up. Here's Coronado. Matt Coronado. Calgary first-round pick. Feeds that back. The long shot taken there by Perbix is stopped by Seelovs. You're watching the 2023 World Hockey Championship, the bronze medal game. game to play. Mike Johnson, you played in one.
Bronze are very tough. For the American team specifically, they played so well, they thought they should be in the gold medal game. They thought they would be.
Kevin long shot, knocked over by Seelovs. David Quinn, the head coach of Team USA. He's been part of two previous ones, an assistant coach in 2016, the head coach last year. They lost them both.
And in the moment, it's easy to say,
Now Balchers moves in, that plays offside at the American line.
it's easy to say, you know what, it's not gold, so it doesn't matter. I'll tell you firsthand, we lost the bronze medal game in the year I played, and I regret it to this day.
Well, you know what?
Our team wasn't, not just myself, but our entire team wasn't more committed to that moment because we were so disappointed.
You're not alone, and especially for powerhouse teams that maybe go with gold in mind. But ask any member of the Canadian Olympic team in 1998.
Right.
Well, that bronze medal lost to Finland. Here's Rocco Garibaldi with it. Back for Clement. Clement to tuck with his shot, wraps off the stick of Balchers, up and out of play.
I always figured if I just shine at the bronze high, well enough, I tell my kids it was a gold, they would never know. Play it off.
You know your kids have the internet, right?
They probably wouldn't even look it up. They're not interested. But it's a real difference, though, I think, for the U.S. or for Canada or for Sweden than it is for Latvia. Because while they, of course, would be disappointed to not be in the final, they didn't come in this tournament thinking gold or bust. So their energy levels should be where they need to be.
Chukstay brings it in for Latvia, drops it off to Batya, walks in and shoots. His stick snapped in half.
Brutal.
And a slow roller down to the Smith who makes the stop.
Absolutely brutal. This plays out. Nice little drop pass by Chukstay. And right down the slot comes Batya. That is prime time. And probably compromised during the face-off previously. Got a crack in it. But it just falls apart. Way below it. It wasn't even flexed yet. And a good chance.
Okay, you're a golfer.
Yes.
Golf shafts never break.
Golf shafts don't get slashed by other golf shafts.
But sometimes they just break. These don't get slashed, they just break.
No, they're compromised. That was compromised from being slashed in the face off, banging into another stick.
You can't come up with something that doesn't break.
Yeah, it's called aluminum.
Or wood.
Yeah.
There's Mac with a shot that goes wide.
When I'm a coach in the NHL, my penalty killers will shift to aluminum or wood sticks. They'll never break their stick on a penalty kill.
Good luck with that. I look forward to you coaching in the NHL for that reason alone. And you try to sell that to your guys. That's rolled wide by Asimov. I'll be your assistant coach, and the guys will have to wear helmets in the warm-up at all times. Take that, MJ, because you did not like that.
No. Or as little equipment, as protective equipment as possible.
Yes, always a solid idea.
Yeah, not my finest decision.
Mackey steps up. O'Connor. Back over for Asimov, being bumped there by Chukstay. Asimov has a pass picked off by Roberts Bukarts. He can't clear it out. Brunovich holds, has a look, slides it across to Mackey. Mackey shoots, Seelow saves, he juggled the rebound. Drops back in front, knocked away by Roberts Bukarts, and then Mackey belted down Zirkal's penalty coming to Team USA.
Tough penalty for Mackey because Latvia was exhausted. He's trying to keep the pressure on, so he's stepping up to try to keep it inside the offensive zone. After he risked the shot in, the screen fools Seelovs, but Zirkal's a very good skater. He goes laterally. Absolutely easy penalty to call. Easy penalty to call.
Called it tripping.
And tripping,
interference,
whatever you want. The puck was way gone, and it wasn't squared up at all. So Latvia, who's looked good on the power play, has scored one. Looking to regain the lead late in the second period.
7:01 to go here in the second.
And it is a decidedly Latvian soundtrack to the game today.
There are Latvian flags, Latvian jerseys, and Latvian drums everywhere. Valinskas can hold the line on the Latvian power play. These Latvian players played in 11 leagues in 8 countries this year. as Andrashis works in. Is it back for A-ball? Shoots! That deflected wide, losing the side of the goal. Andrashis couldn't poke it home. The Latvian domestic league essentially collapsed this year, and their KHL team, Dinamo Riga, withdrew from that league after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So the Latvian players really scattered to the wind. There was a league, if you want to call it that, between Latvia and Lithuania that played a schedule of limited games this year. Bonino puts that head short-handed, but didn't reach Grimaldi. Not much doing so far in this Latvian power play. Belinskas winds in, drops that back to Andrashis. Feeds that back to Balcers. Dogovic. Kasper's Dogovic. Back to Belinskas. Fan of that pass for a moment, kept alive by Andrashis. To Dogovic. Belinskas can't find a lane to shoot. Goes back across. Dogovic fires. That was blocked by Bonino. Check that Sandberg, and now Bonino knocks it out.
It's just said they can't find a lane. Pretty passive box by Diamond by USA, but excellent job staying in the shooting lanes.
Richards Bukarts slides that back. Great move there by Zierkals, winding in. A little backhand shot, tipped wide by Thrun. 20 seconds to go in the Latvian power play. Kennett can't hold the line. Yaks trying to find Richards Bukarts. That was knocked away by O'Connor. Clevin lifts that back down the ice. Yaks goes back, and that's going to do it for the Latvian power play. Mackey steps back on. No shots for Latvia on that power play.
Dumping right off the helmet of the linesman when he had to Maki of Finland. Bunted it right back out of the blue line.
Silovs misplayed that, but Kennett picks it back up. Couldn't squeeze that by Garland. Puck bounces high in the air. Garland trying to work it free. Yaks. Up ahead for Kennett. Lakmelis. Richards Bukarts posting up. Fall, slides that back in front. Hudson's got it back. Lead pass, trying to find Garland on the breakaway. Off the end boards it goes to Garland. Pivots back on Zile. Garland winds it back around to Hudson. Squeeze there by Lakmelis. Krastenberg. Bumps that back down to the American zone. Toms Anderson's the first man there. Mazur works it for Tuck, and then rolled off his stick. Alex Tuck chips it back around. Here's Mazur back with it. Carter Mazur winds right in, drops it back. Brunovic throws it back for Gauthier. That's knocked down by Freebergs. That went off a stick and out, and the faceoff will stay in the Latvian zone. And a 2-2 tie with 3:38 to go in the second. To the score here. 3:38 to go in the second period. Latvia and the United States. Chukste moved up the puck by Grimaldi. Played back by Tuck. Mackey, a shot that goes wide. Rocco Grimaldi pivots away from Chukste. With 2 goals already in the game. In comes Grimaldi again. Holds, waits. Grimaldi shoots, and Silovs is hitting up for Rocco Grimaldi for one day. He gloves that and hangs on.
A little pinwheel out there. He uses his speed early to create space. And then once he gets the space, he gets to keep it because the defenders are timid and attacking him because he might go around them. And he's not afraid to get to the top of the offensive zone, and he's in trouble. He's in trouble for everyone. You wonder, something like this, does this get him another look in the NHL? I mean, he's at an age where that's not guaranteed.
Yeah, he's 30, but I mean, he scored
good enough to play.
Scored 33 goals in the AHL this year. He played in the NHL the year before this. I mean,
he needs to score goals in the NHL.
Puck goes over the glass and out. Yeah, I mean, what he does.
I think another guy, Rafi Weiball, who has been so good this tournament.
He was a Vancouver 7th round pick in 2016. Spent 2 years playing junior hockey. He plays Swedish Hockey League now.
And I didn't quite come together for him in the NHL, but
this is what Latvian hockey looks and sounds like. It is less a sporting event than it is an assault on the senses. In comes Cutter Gauthier. Just a tremendous atmosphere we saw for the games in Riga. Tynan throws that rink wide for Perbix with a rolling puck. Rubin stepped into him. Yaks trying to work that free. Mazer. Trying to freeze along the boards. It's picked out, but now knocked out by Roberts Bucharts. Tanner Cleveland, the Ottawa Senators. Up for Perbix, fires that down. Back goes Yaks with it. Have that off the glass on the center ice. Zierkal's chopping at it. Hudson streaks back to pick it up. For Sandberg. Dylan Sandberg. Winds into the offensive zone. Backhand shot. Seelov saved. Garland back with it. Teed it up. Looking for a stick in front. Asimov couldn't reach it. It was knocked away by Yaks. Here's O'Connor back with it. O'Connor shoots. And Garland just missed on that. Now chipped up by Josh has been kept alive by Sandberg. O'Connor winding back in as the U.S. keeps the pressure on here late in the period. Chukstay. Stepped into Asimov. O'Connor trying to pull that free. Asimov drops it down to Garland. Connor Garland. Right on the line, trying to thread that ahead. Bucharts knocks it out. Buckmelis kicks that ahead. The Americans are changing. Bucharts winds it and shoots. That was blocked by Garland. End of a massively long shift for him. Looks ahead to Bjork. Anders Bjork with a rare shift. And Sabolska's knocked that away. Bjork dressed but didn't play in the game yesterday against Germany.
1 minute left in the second period.
Final minute of the second period, a 2-2 tie. Sabolskas tries to knock that free. It's picked up now. Move back to the front. Shoots at the fucking just wide. Bjork back with it. Leaves it there for Mackey.
Bucharts is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds into a shift.
He's got his stick over his thighs. He is
cannot
exhausted.
move. He doesn't want it.
Smirnov moves out. And now Bucharts finally gets back to the left bench.
They called an icing.
Oh no.
Oh,
the lineman's
no.
going to bring him back. Bucharts is trying to hide in the back.
He's down the tunnel.
The referee went and got him. Jan Ribik, the Czech referee, pulled Bucharts off the bench. He was trying to hide behind a teammate. Say, no, get back out here.
Connor Garland tries to track down the steam pass. He just skips on him a little bit. Connor floats it through. Just sails on him. He gets it off his knee. We're taking a crack at it. He's always around the back door swinging at pucks, Connor Garland.
So tired Latvians on the ice. No one more so than Bucharts, number 13. Scrambled draw. Polinskas chips that to center ice. Krastenberg sweeps it back in. Now mercifully, Bucharts gets off. 15 seconds to go in the period. Bonino straightened up by Freibergs. Here's Polinskas back with it. Spins away from Tuck. Krastenberg's had it knocked down by Sandberg. He floated that wide. Here's Grimaldi. Time winding down. Shoots at the flex wide. And Latvia and the United States will go to the second intermission tied at 2.
Latvia, the underdog, has shortened the game to 20 minutes. They're in a great spot. There'll be a lot of positivity in their room after the second period.
You're watching the 2023 World Hockey Championship from Tampere, Finland.
Second period, Team USA 10, Team Latvia 3. Laukaus maalia kohti ottelu toisessa erässä, USA 10, Latvia 3.
Aizmirst tos 2 periodus, veiks spēli no sākuma pie sākuma.
Es nezinu, kur jūs spēks atrodat, bet atpēdam veids. Bija 20. Tur kā, kur jāatrot ir spēku veids. Veids naudā.
Featuring all statistics of your favorite players, your favorite teams, and real-time game updates at your fingertips. Find the Showdown in the IIHF app. Explore the action and dive into a new digital world. Play and win amazing prizes. Available on all smart devices in multiple languages. The 2023 IIHF app, powered by Showdown. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
stop! Hey, calm down, buddy.
Let's go, heads up, heads up. I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. Watch the blue! Stick!
Stop! Hey!
Hey! Mac! Mac!
Hey! I need you on the ice, please. Come on.
2-2 the score, heading for the third period in the bronze medal game of the 2023 World Hockey Championship. Casey DeSmith playing his first ever IIHF top-level tournament for Team USA. 2 goals against and 11 shots so far. And Artur Silovs playing his second World Championship for Latvia. This year is about 2 goals on 21 shots. Kasper Dogovic tied for the all-time point lead for Latvia with the men's national team.
He'd love to get the last one.
Wouldn't he?
In this third period to put him over the top.
Dave Quinn barking instructions to his group. United States with 4 bronze medals the last 9 years of the World Championship. Silovs has an issue down there. His mask isn't on yet.
Yeah, a problem with one of the straps earlier in the second period. He came out on the edge without his mask on, which is very rare for a goalie to do. But
the goalie coach, by the way, for Latvia is the legendary Arturs Urbay. Long-time NHL player, international.
I'd love to see a current goalie try to play with Archie's pads. Or big white pillows.
He made them himself.
Looked like it.
The old helmet cage has kind of gone away, huh? The Dominic Hasek, Chris Osgood. Perfect. Sends a rink-wide pass for Tuck. Alex Tuck. A terrific World Championship for Team USA. Played the World Junior for the Americans back in 2015.
Maybe the least surprising, excellent USA performance.
Yeah. Polinskas winds that back out, chips it ahead, then taken away from Balsers by Sandberg. Racing ahead is Tuck. Alex Tuck shoots short-sided. Silovs have to be quick with that. Tuck wrestling there with Rubin. Polinskas up for Sear calls. That's knocked away by Connor Mackey. Mackey back with it. The puck rolled away from him. If this game is tied for regulation, it's a 10-minute overtime, followed by a shootout. It's 3-on-3. If the gold medal game later today is tied, it's 3-on-3 until someone scores. Zirkals moves in. Gamali swings back and squeezes that puck away, but it's picked up by Zirkals. Zirkals. Here's Bukart's reaching for it. They stick that in there. O'Connor and a penalty coming to Latvia. Coronado winds it and shoots, flip that wide. And as Indrashis touches up, the United States will get a power play here, 1 minute and 33 seconds into the third period as Richards Bukarts goes off.
Richards Bukarts has been all over this game on the score sheet, a couple assists. And now a rookie penalty. He knows it. He didn't drop it in time as the stick caught up in the arms of O'Connor.
Just a thought, but if you take your hands off your stick and it's still the guy's midsection, pretty good chance you hook them.
You probably have it somewhere you don't need to put it. And even Richards going to complain about that one, which is a rarity.
All right, so the Americans back on the power play. They have a power play goal from Rocco Grimaldi as both their goals in the game here this afternoon. Just after 5 o'clock local time, Benino in shoots and just missed. Top shelf, that was off the glass, up and out.
It's the second time he's sort of been in alone, the exact same spot. Second period, he went glove, and he takes a quick pass from Tynan, and he goes blocker. Oh, just catches a piece, just. It's almost by him before Seelov gets the touch.
Benino feeds that back to Brunovic. Back down to Gauthier, fires it, deflects wide. Bouncing puck at the side of the goal. And Chukste couldn't clear it out as Tuck knocked that down. Tynan slides it down to Benino. For Gauthier. Has a look, slides that back to Brunovic. It skipped off his stick and back out. In comes Gauthier with it. Cutter Gauthier. Back to Brunovic. The Hobie Bake winner is the top player in college hockey in 2020. For Gauthier shoots, and that was blocked by a sprawling Christians Rubens. A chance now shorthanded. Abels moves out with Batya. Penalty coming. Batya couldn't get a good shot away.
You could almost call two hooks on Benino there.
You know what?
One in the neutral zone and again on the shot.
Both referees have their arms in the air.
It'll be interesting. He got hooked at his own blue line, but then it looked like he got hooked again when he was going to shoot it. And they rarely do that. They rarely call two in the same sequence.
And so now the two referees are talking it over. Who's got what here?
First off, you got to block Gauthier shots. Here, so here's the first hook right there. The arm goes up. And a little can opener on the second one.
It's a single minor penalty to Benino.
Called.
I did once see two penalty shots called in the same play in the IIHF tournament.
That is impressive.
Dmitry Samorukov in the 2019 World Junior Championship was called for two penalty shots in the same play.
Hats off to the officials.
Yeah, he tripped the guy twice on a breakaway.
It's easy to bail on the second call because you've already got one. But here's Latvia, 4-on-4 for 38 seconds. And then a power play opportunity to take the lead.
Latvia took a 1-0 lead with a power play goal from Roberts Bukarts. Here's Hudson out to kill this for Team USA. He is a dynamic skater. Works in shorthanded. Hudson. Check that 4-on-4 with the time winding down on the Bukarts penalty. It'll be a power play for Latvia in 15 seconds. Mackey slides that back to Hudson.
He's a little water bug. He's got a million moves even before he ever touched the puck.
Spent this year with Springfield in the American Hockey League. So now Latvia to the power play for a minute and 18 seconds. Yanis Yaks has had an eventful afternoon, including taking a puck in the face and we think removing one of his own teeth.
Find out if he's smiling after the game.
Or tries to eat.
That too.
Zirkals slides that back around. Here's Sandberg on it. Move by him and it bounces back down the ice. Just over 4 gone here in the third period. Zirkals moves it across the line, drops it back to Kennedy. Roberts Bukarts plays it back in. Sandberg knocks that away for Perbix. And Nick Perbix fires it down the ice.
It's like a wasted opportunity for Latvia here. Haven't got anything going whatsoever.
And time winding down on this power play. 15 seconds to go. Rihards Bukarts moves in. Bouncing puck. Clevin knocked off stride, rings that around and back down the ice.
Part of the problem is they need their top guys in Dogovic and Abels to fill on the 4-on-4. And then they're tired, they can't really get on to the power play.
On comes Benino, Baltzers. Trying to flip that rink wide. Picked off by Benino for Grimaldi. Grimaldi for Benino, that centering pass is gloved by Seelovs, who lands on top of Patrick Brown, who jumps in.
Trying to drive the back post a little touch pass from Rolali. We've seen that all tournament long. And that's Patrick Brown throwing on the brakes a little bit late. Not going to be able to start now. You follow that one all to the net, though, because if you get a goal, it doesn't matter if you crash into the goaltender after you tap it in. So you take it all the way to the far post, because it's not going to be a problem if the puck gets there in time.
Rubens chips it down in the American zone. Tynan goes back. Olympic meeting was a tie in 2006. The Americans have won 4 in a row in the World Championship against Latvia, the last Latvian win in 2014. 4 Latvians from that game are playing here this afternoon. That plays offside at the Latvian line.
Either way, Latvia is looking at traits of history. They have a...
Yeah, they've never before finished this high at the World Championship. They've never won a medal at any top-level IIHF event.
And now, I don't think the players are thinking about this, but there are some world ranking points available, depending on how these things shake out.
Latvia could potentially, with a win today, not have to play in a qualifying tournament for the Olympics.
You know what? These players would care about that, because that means they're playing the next Olympics for sure.
Zirkals chips that down.
Lots on the line here.
Simone at the line that scrambled. The play is called offside. Latvia survived relegation to the World Junior Championship this year, beat Austria in the relegation round, so they'll be in the top division of the juniors for the 3rd consecutive year.
And they got this game to a manageable amount of time left.
Right, and they've been good at this. I mean, they
have been good at this. Big moments. They've found ways to be successful. And the longer this goes, a little bit more stress for the Americans, who feel like they should be in the lead.
They've beaten the Czechs, they've beaten the Swiss, they've beaten the Swedes. Yards Buchards spins and flips that down, a race for it, and no one's going to beat Lane Hudson down the ice. Not sure that was even top gear.
No, that was 3rd at most.
By the way, I was a little confused that the Formula 1 race wasn't on this morning, but they're not on in the mornings here.
That's on in the afternoon. That's what we watch between games here. Where Canada and Germany get going at 8:20 tonight local.
Yeah.
7:20 Eastern time. Germany will be fired up.
Off the draw, Sandberg. Long shot, Silov's down, rebound, score! Matt Coronado flips it home, and the United States has grabbed the lead. Matt Coronado, native of Huntington, New York, as his 3rd of the tournament.
Had a good tournament as O'Connor digs in. This wild wrister, does it catch Yaks? It does. It falls right to Coronado. Battles in front. Coronado gets there as well and gets his stick loose. Sweeping past Silovs. And then a bit of a careless icing by Latvia prior to the faceoff. Comes back to hurt them.
The 20-year-old Coronado scored 20 goals in 34 games at Harvard this year, then turned pro at the end of the year. Played for Calgary.
He scored 2 goals in this tournament. Both have been game winners, in line for a 3-for-3 run. They roll to play in Calgary next year. Somebody.
Kenich lines back in with Zile, so the Americans lead for the first time in the game. Krastenberg's back on it. Smirnov knocked off the puck there by O'Connor. The line held. Malinska shoots. It's gloved out by Sandberg, but he lost it. And Krastenberg's fired that wide. Now Kenich from the corner. And Smith had to be careful with that. Malinska's ranging back for Latvia. Rubens. Back for Zabolskis. Chip the hit for Dogovic. Leads for A-balls. In shoots. And to Smith. A good save there. Baltzers. All back around and moved down the ice by Perunovic. Zabolskis snaps that pass at A-balls for Dogovic. Dogovic rink wide to Baltzers. That almost completed, but tucked out the way of that. Zabolskis fired. Pad save by DeSmith. Rebound goes to Tynan. TJ Tynan winding up with Grimaldi and Tuck. And Tynan straightened up there by Zabolskis. Grimaldi wins that puck battle against Rubens. Centers it. And Roberts Bukarts flips it there for Zirkov. In on the front. And Thrun throws that rink wide. Freybergs moves in. Batya shoots, and he ripped that wide. A couple of good looks here for Latvia. After the Americans grab the lead, now back in front. Batya has it taken away by Perbix. Perbix played only 26 minutes against Germany as Freyberg spilled Tynan there. Now chance in front, and Batya flipped that wide. Zirkov to Freyberg. Back across. Chukste shoots, and Smith couldn't corral that. The Americans now fire it down the ice, and they'll have to keep tired players on the ice with 11:23 to go here in the third.
The best sequence of the last two periods for Latvia. A-balls, who has been really good, tries to Smith, almost tucks it inside his right heel. He just gets a piece of it. Several more shots. Now a tired group. An important face-off for Drasis.
Game is following a very similar pattern to Latvia's semifinal game against Canada. Took a couple of leads, tied in the third period. Canada took the lead for good. 8:56 of the third period, and today the U.S. took the lead at 6:19 of the third. Indrashis centers it. Rehards, Bukarts holds. DeSmith is down. He tried to squeeze that in, and DeSmith kicked that away. Indrashis plays that back around. A Latvian player was spilled in front of their bench.
Of course, it's Yaks. A walking Band-Aid right now.
At center ice, picked off by Hudson. Lane Hudson works in. Hudson still on it. Going to shovel that back in front. Chopped wide by Bjork. Anders Bjork. Bounce away from Smirnov's rolling puck. And Malinska's back with it. Bjork trying to work that free. Now it does come loose for O'Connor. O'Connor spins and fires. Silov's down. The puck still loose. It's poked away by Kenich. And Kenich flips it back out. Mackey wrists that down. And there's Rubens back with it. Garland flips it back down. We're past the midway point of the third period. Perbix back with it. If the United States wins this game, it will finish 9-1 in this championship. Either team that wins the gold medal is going to have more losses than that. It's when they happen. Played back to Garland with a quick shot. He put that high. You think about it, Mike. Colorado rolled through the Stanley Cup playoffs last year, right? Went 16-4, lost 4 games.
You're going to lose games no matter how good you are.
Chukste shoots, stopped made by DeSmith. And he's able to hang on. USA up 3-2 here in the third period. third period, the United States leads for the first time on a goal by Matt Coronado. Bouncing puck goes high in the air. And Zirkals brings it back for Latvia. Spins it ahead to Batya, moves in, and Roberts Buchart's hammered that wide. It skips off the dasher. It's bounced high in the air, now Tuck. Moves away from Roberts Buchart, slides it back out with Grimaldi. Tuck. And then poked away Zirkals, chips it there for Roberts Buchart, back to Zirkals. Zirkals hammered off the puck by Sandberg. Zirkals knocked down that clearing attempt. Throws it back in the corner, racing up his Balunskas from his defense position, but Grimaldi takes that away. Grimaldi taken down.
Get him a dive.
They're going to get them both. They're going to call Batya for the trip and Grimaldi for the dive.
I'd like one or the other. You can have both. You can have a fraction and an embellishment of that fraction.
Number 95, 2-line goal for tripping. Number 56, 2-line penalty for embellishment.
Grimaldi was cutting right in front of his own net. And trying to get to the loose puck. Batya gets a stick in on him. His first reaction, officials say get up, it's not a trip.
Right.
So that is way more trip than dive in my book. Well, they won't like it. Liam Sewell makes the call.
The British referee getting a big assignment on the final day of the tournament. Like anyone else, you advance on merit in this tournament, including the officials. 8 made the cut for the quarterfinals. 4 today. Perbix drops it back. So 4-on-4 here in the third period. Garland winds back, drops that back to Perbix for Garland. Garland walks right in, shoots. It was deflected away by Yaks, who sprawled in front of that. Not sure much more Yaks can take. Perbix. Around to Garland. The thing is, you'll all summer to get better. Garland. Spins that back to Sandberg. And Sandberg drops it across to Perbix. Lead pass at center ice for Coronado. 7.5 to go in the third period. Lead pass ahead for Tynan. TJ Tynan winds in. Drops that off to Hudson. Walks it and shoots. He fired that wide. Tynan drops it back in the corner. Coronado on his pocket pick by A-Balls, lifts it ahead. Here comes Balcers. Balcers winds in, shoots. DeSmith makes the stop and quickly gobbles up the rebound on the 4-on-4. 7:03 remaining here in the third period of the 2023 World Hockey Championship.
All right, everybody, be ready. Let's go.
The U.S. leads Latvia. 7:03 to go here in the third period. U.S. gave up a late lead to Germany yesterday. The Germans scored the tying goal with a goaltender out, and then won the game in overtime. U.S. trying to win a 5th bronze medal in the last 10 years in this tournament. As it's brought up by Mazer. Carter Mazur poke check. Long lead pass by Yaks for A-Balls. Rito A-Balls. Spins back on Sandberg. A-Balls throws that back for Balcers. Hudson took that away. Mazur goes rink wide for Sandberg. Winnipeg Jets defenseman had that knocked away, and it's back to center ice to Brown. Patrick Brown's dad, Doug, a Stanley Cup winner with the Detroit Red Wings. Benito's out there now for Team USA. He won a third bronze medal at the World Championship. That would tie the American record for most medals won. Grimaldi throws it back in front for Benito. That just missed. And Dogovic has it back. Freeberg picks his way out, looks ahead for Batya. Knocked down hard by Perbix. And the Latvians complaining about every collision now. Trying to find a way to get a power play here. Freeberg in the middle of the line change, throws that back in. Yards Bukarts. Leaves it there for Luckmelis. Luckmelis back for Rubic. Shoots, scores! Christians Rubic ties the game with 5:39 to go in the third period.
They just will not go away. They haven't had much going on. Rubic traps a shot to the point. Traffic in front. Slides it past the shot blocker, past Casey DeSmith as well. Oh, that goes underneath the hole between the toe and the shin of Connor Garland. You couldn't tuck it through there if you tried a million attempts. And yet, Rubic ties it up for Latvia. Oh, man.
Traded to Calgary, the trade deadline by Ottawa. Came here late after his American League team. Calgary was knocked out of the AHL playoffs. They had some injury issues, so they were able to apply to the IIHF and get him added. And so Christian Rubic, the 25-year-old, has tied the game here in the third period of the bronze medal game. Buckle up. 5:30 to go here in regulation. Latvia has tied the game against the United States. 3-3 to score. In this burgundy cauldron of Latvian fans who streamed into Finland after their country upset Sweden in the quarters. Luckmelis works it back in front. The Smith was shot. Loose in front. They bang away at it. Bukarts couldn't reach it. Now Bukarts plays it back across. See there with his shot that was blocked by Sandberg and took a bite out of him. Wow. Now Luckmelis fires again. It goes off a skate. Bukarts, 3 assists in the game for Latvia. He's been all over it. Here comes Hudson away for Team USA. Hudson fires that down. The puck skips it behind the goal to Silovs. Leaves it for Rubic, who has the game-tying goal for Latvia. In comes Dogovic. Kasper Dogovic winds it back in front. That was blocked York down, they jam away, and DeSmith is half in the net. The Americans clear it down.
A-Balls was trying to shove everything into the net there. He didn't care where the puck was. Puck, goalie, player, whatever. Dogovic wheels and gets it down to the front of the net, and A-Balls just drive DeSmith back into the net. Puck nowhere near the goal line. Mellis had an earlier chance into Drasis. Mellis has come up with some big moments in the knockout rounds as well. For a guy who doesn't play a ton.
Scored against the Swedes, scored against Canada.
Going to UMass next year.
Yeah.
College player on your right.
A-Balls for the face-off against Benito. They've been going head-to-head all afternoon. Draw control by Latvia, but it gets by Rubens. And a race for it now is Tuck, who could really fly. Goes back to Belinskas.
Better hustle.
Rubens played back around, but not out. Perbix knocks it back in for Tuck. Alex Tuck flips that back to Hudson. Moves around Dogovic. Late Hudson. Pivots back in the corner. Flips that wide of the goal. Tuck throws that back, chipped up by Dogovic. And DeSmith up the play as the Latvians are changing. Looks ahead to Grimaldi. Squeezed off the puck by Frebergs. Grimaldi back on it. Brings that back around. O'Connor throws it back in for Grimaldi. Slides it back down. Garland on it. Taken down by Chukstay. Zirkal's with it. Knocked off his stick. Garland. Squeezed by Chukstay. Puck under the skate of Garland.
Somebody's dropped their stick. I think it's Chukstay, which is why he's not poking at it, because he doesn't have his stick in his hands.
Now Chukstay kicks at it.
Because Garland didn't drop the stick.
Here's O'Connor loose in the corner. Inside 3 to go in the third period. O'Connor throws that through the crease. Coronado feeds that back, and that shot by Clement knocked away by Seelovs. Zirkals bumps there with Connor Mackey. Coronado back on it. Here is Richards Buchardt. Trying to fish that back ahead. Chukstay goes back. He's been out there a while. 2.5 to go. In the third, Tynan slides it back to Perbix, able to hold the line. Shoots! That got through the traffic and just missed. And the line held by Tynan. Flips that wide. Exhausted Latvians on the ice now. Chukstay can barely move. Perbix moves up for Carter Mazer. Walks out and fires. That was blocked by Luckmelis. Perbix winds back in, drops it back to Sandberg with a shot. Ticked up by Seelovs. And it ticked the post as well. Tynan inside 2 to go now in the third period. That shot floats wide. These guys need off for Latvia.
Oh, good play, though. Very nice.
Buchardt gets it high. They a little English on that. They get some of them off, but not all. Perbix winds in now for Team USA. Perbix down to Benito. And Buchardt has it back. Up for Luckmelis. For Andrashis. Andrashis shoots, and DeSmith makes the stop. There's no rebound.
What a bend but don't break sequence for Latvia. All kinds of pressure. This one by Sandberg is tipped by Mazer off the post. What a good look. So close to the go-ahead goal again for Team USA.
Shots are 12-6 Latvia here in the third. And the face-off in the American zone. We talked about the script looking the same for Latvia. For the U.S., the same thing. Gave them the lead late to Germany, then lost in overtime. They give the lead. 5 to go here in the third period. As Grimaldi chops at that. It's a 3-3 tie. The bronze medal on the line. Hudson. Up ahead to Grimaldi with Tuck. Rubic goes back. A-Balls. Up to Balcers. And O'Connor plays that in, but Balcers knocks it out for Latvia. Minutes to go in the third period. Chipped down by A-balls. They say he didn't touch it, and so the icing call will bring the face-off back down to the Latvian zone.
Here's the gamer. Look where this puck goes. Underneath that little gap, and then it starts bouncing.
That's impossible.
It's impossible, and it's almost fate for this Latvian team.
It may be impossible, but it did happen. As you said, you could shoot pucks from there for days. Dogovic sweeps at that. Here's Hudson. Lead pass. Finds Coronado. Shoots. Silov's the save. He lunges out to block that. And now O'Connor's in a pushing match with Batya.
The U.S. has the right idea. Latvia struggling to make changes, so quick it up. Coronado jumps right on top of a good time pivot. And a lot of motion in that save for Silov, going right to left. Able to get the rebound before it get cleared out and under control. Big face-offs this time of game.
Batya for Latvia against O'Connor for Team USA. Batya back on it, but it's picked out by O'Connor. Along with Coronado. O'Connor goes back at the point for Perbix. Here's Garland waiting for it. Connor Garland shoots. Silov save. Rebound. Put wide by Coronado. 30 seconds to go now in the third period. Politskas up for Zir calls. Backhands that back down the American zone, and the Latvians can make a much-needed change. Here's Perbix with it. Time winding down in the third period. Lead pass for Hudson. In comes Lane Hudson. Poke check by Dogovic. Dogovic up for A-balls. Time winding down. A-balls in. Shoots. That's tipped wide. Smith got a piece of that. What a dash by A-balls in the dying seconds of the third period. And the United States and Latvia are going to overtime. Tied at 3. It's the bronze medal game at the 2023 World Championship.
As the score is tied,
Next goal wins.
Time, a 10-minute sudden-death overtime will follow after a creamy intermission. The overtime will be played with one goalkeeper and 3 skaters per team. Koska varsinaisen pelin jälkeen tilanne on tasainen, seuraa 10 minuutin jatkoaika maalista poikki menetelmällä 3 minuutin tauon jälkeen. Jatkoaika pelataan yhdellä maalivaihdella ja 3 kenttäpelaajalla per joukkue. Shots on goal in third period. Team USA 8, Team Latvia 12. Laukaukset maalia kohti ottelun kolmannessa erässä. USA 8, Latvia 12.
So off we go to overtime. Team USA lost in overtime to Germany yesterday in the semifinal, beat Sweden in OT. The Latvians are the kings of overtime in this tournament. 2 dramatic wins against the Czechs, their first win of the tournament, and then their final game in the preliminary round against Switzerland was an overtime win. By the way, goaltender Archer Silovs is now about 9 minutes off the tournament record for minutes played set by Sean Burke in the 1997 World Championship. This is a 10-minute overtime period. If it goes the distance, he'll break the record.
It's not going to go the distance. This is going to be ended sometime in the next 10 minutes.
It's 3-on-3 in overtime, and then if necessary, a shootout.
Almost didn't get to overtime. What a chance by A-balls
in the dying seconds.
in you're USA, there's two guys you need to be mindful of. A-Balls, who can kill you with his speed, and Zierkaus, who is very quick as well. And Latvia, take your pick. There's a whole bunch of guys that can really get up and down the ice, but specifically those two guys for Latvia have been a handful with their speed. Benino started the face-off get-off is his move.
Dylan Sandberg had the overtime winner for them against Sweden. Latvia scored the big overtime goal against the Czechs. In comes Balinskis, right off the face-off. Balinskis works it back down for Latvia. Balinskis being shadowed by Perbix. Drops it off to A-Balls. Rodrigo A-Balls shoots. It deflected just wide. Another chance for A-Balls. Balcers for Balinskis. Winds it and fires. Hit a skate in front. Knocked out by Benino. And now Balinskis back to pick it up at center ice. Both teams will change as Balinskis goes back. Slides out ahead. Peels off as Bukarts works in. Bukarts fires. That's blocked by Hudson. Yaks slides it back to Andrashis. At the point, it skips away from Bukarts. And now back to play it is Silov. Drops that back for Yanis Yaks. 1 minute gone in the 10-minute overtime period. Yaks being shadowed by Tuck. Both teams make a change here. On comes Dogovic, the captain for Latvia. Kasper Dogovic gets the move on Gauthier, works it back, a chance for who scores? Christian Rubens, overtime winner. Latvia takes the bronze. Absolute bedlam in Tampere.
The tire, the winner, the guy who joined the team halfway through, jumps on a broken play, but why not? And he snipes it, top corner, right over the shoulder of the Smith.
He had 2 goals in the American Hockey League all season.
What a scene! Seeloffs and Rubens, the 2 main reasons they're here.
Latvia has won a medal for the first time at a top-level IIHF competition. Under 18s, juniors, World Championship, men's, women's, you name it. Kasper Dogovic draws an assist that makes him Latvia's all-time leading point getter.
Oh, man.
On an overtime winner to win a medal. What an unforgettable tournament and an unforgettable day for Latvia. Their fans have the legendary reputation of being some of the best in the sport, wherever they go. And they came here in droves to see this. Their president is here today. So we're about to get the bronze medal presentations, and it is hard to put into words what this means to a country of 1.8 million people.
Coach Harry Finland's getting the treatment as well.
They are going to bring the house down in Riga tonight.
I can't even
when
imagine.
this team gets home. There's the president, Egils Levits. Wow. There are Latvian fans near us who have tears in their eyes.
hard not to feel the emotion. For these players, it's been a trying time.
Robert's blue cards is FaceTiming somebody.
They want to share the closest ones close to you.
We have Team Latvia to stand at the goal line for the medal ceremony.
Just an absolutely explosive moment for Latvia. And for Team USA, bitter disappointment. A tournament that seemed to be within their grasp. They were minutes away from going to the gold medal game when Germany tied it and then won it in overtime.
You mentioned history repeating itself. The exact same script as the semifinals once again in the finals for Team USA. Lost lead late and overtime defeat.
We'll get the player of the game presentations and then the bronze medal.
I wonder who's getting it for Latvia.
They can stop giving the Latvians are celebrating.
No, they shouldn't stop. They've earned this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the official awards by T-shirt. Official timekeeper of the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Award for Team USA will be presented Vice President International Sales T-shirt, Olivier Gosanier. Award for Team Latvia will be presented by CEO of AJ Group, Evan Johansson. Best player of Team USA, number 56, Rocco Grimaldi.
Scored a couple of goals, took over the tournament point lead. Playing for the first time for Team USA in a decade.
Best player of Team Latvia, number 95, Oskar Spatna.
This is picked by the Latvian management staff, so I'd have to take Rubich with the tying goal in the third and the overtime winner. Might have been my pick, but hey.
Who cares? It's the next one they get that they care about.
Yeah. And now the moment this country waited for. 1.8 million people. The co-hosts of the tournament, and they were great hosts in Riga.
Medals for the on-ice officials of the bronze.
So the presentation now of the medals to the officials.
Presented by IIHF Vice President Henrik Nielsen and member of board sales and marketing Skoda Auto Martin Jan. Welcome to referees Jan Redik and Liam Sibal. And the line persons, Tarrington Jonchek and Onni Hautamäki.
Liam Sewell made history working a medal game. The British referee.
He did a good job all tournament long.
Yep. A lot of talk that Britain might be part of a co-hosting bid for the 2028 World Championship, along with Paris. And now, we'll get the bronze medals.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship bronze medals goes to Team Latvia!
Kasper Dogovic will be the first to receive a bronze medal, playing in his 11th World Championship. They were staying in our hotel in Riga during the preliminary round.
Yeah.
When they lost those first 2 games, you could see the pressure bearing down on them. They won that 3rd game in overtime against the Czechs.
Everything changed.
Got the tie against Switzerland and then won the game in overtime. That got them to the quarterfinals. So they beat Czechia, Switzerland, Sweden, and the United States in this tournament. They earned this bronze medal.
They certainly did. They certainly did. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard not to get swept up in the emotions of this moment for these athletes and this country. It's almost something you have a hard time relating to.
This will be remembered as one of the greatest moments in their country's sports history. And they've turned out some good athletes. And the American players offering genuine congratulations.
They're being so sporting right now in a very tough moment. Great respect for their opponent being shown. Entire Latvian delegation out there on the ice.
Yeah.
They got a lot of staff.
Artur Zerbe is in line to get a bronze medal. He was a goaltender when Latvia was part of the Soviet Union and marched, an independence march. Took a chance of being arrested in downtown Riga in the early 90s. What a celebration.
A-Balls will not be buying a meal anytime soon. They will dine out on this forever.
A gold medalist in 2014, but maybe this might be as good as that.
It's a bigger achievement. It really is. Maybe one of the best celebrations I have ever seen. First, third, whatever.
There's Artur Zerbe.
There's the hero of the day. Brought over to be a defensive defenseman.
Yeah.
And when they needed it, he got both. A tire. Just over 5 minutes left and an overtime
incredible
bronze medal winning goal.
And you are about to hear a full-throated version of the Latvian national anthem.
Place award.
Dogovic became the all-time leading world championship scorer from the history of Latvia with an assist on the game-winning goal.
and gentlemen, the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship tournament will continue today with one more game here in Nokia Arena at 8:20 p.m. The final game between Team Canada and Team Germany. Welcome. Vuoden 2023 IIHF MM-kisat jatkuvat täällä Nokia Areenalla. Vielä yhdellä ottelulla kello 20:20 finaalissa kohtaavat Kanada ja Saksa. Tervetuloa!
Nick, I know how badly USA wanted this bronze medal. What was it about Latvia that made them such a challenge today?
They just sit in tight, and we couldn't get inside as well as we'd have liked. I think we dominated stretches of the game. Goalie played great. They're opportunistic, and when you blow two leads in the third period in the semis and the finals, it's hard to get a medal.
Your coach spoke about the emotion and the passion this team would have as Latvia was fighting for its first ever medal at a World Championship. How did that affect the play today?
I don't think it affected us much. It's pretty amazing, though. The fans are incredible. You could hear it now. I'm happy for Latvia, obviously. We were very, very disappointed. But this was a lot of energy. I thought we played well for the most of the night, and we just needed an extra goal both nights, and we couldn't get one.
Nick, thank you.
Thanks.
Rubens, you've got a gold medal draped around your neck as Latvia wins its first ever medal at a World Championship. Describe how you're feeling right now.
It's not possible, to be honest. We don't really know what really happened tonight. We knew we can win it, but these emotions, fans came all the way to Tampere in 2 days. And it's heavy. It's heavy. I had no idea it's that heavy, so it's unreal.
You mentioned the fans. They are cheering, they are screaming, they are crying tears of joy. How much did they impact today's win?
Oh, everything. 100% it's all them. I don't think we would have been here without them. Not a chance. They pushed us every day, every game, every time we were down a goal, every time they scored. We heard chants Latvia. They're giving us energy. They give us everything. Paldies uz faniem. Šeit mēs noteikti nebūtu bez jums. Bet arī pēc katra gola, kad viņi iemet, jūs mums devāt emocijas, devāt enerģiju. Paldies jums liels. Tas ir visi jūsu darbs, visas Latvijas darbs. Paldies.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You can hear the emotion from the fans in this arena. You have a bronze medal draped around your neck. How proud are you of your team today?
That was unbelievable. One more word to say, that dream come true. For us, this is like a small gold medal. We worked so hard, and we said, we must believe in ourselves. Nobody helps us, we can help ourselves. And the guys did like a job. They must celebrate. We just a little bit correct, and the team today was like amazing team on the ice. I didn't find the words. We win. We first time we got a medal. This is unbelievable.
The emotion in this arena is palpable. I know the celebrations are occurring back home in Latvia as well. Describe how important that fan support was in order to win this bronze medal.
One more I didn't hear.
Describe how important that fan support was to win this bronze medal.
That's what I told you before the game. I said 6 players on the ice already. You see that is the 6th player. That's why we win. We got all the game. We play power play, and I want to say thank you for all the fans. They help us a lot. They help at home. They came here in one day, so many thousands, and they help us. That's the win for everyone in Latvia. That's not only the team. That's for every people in Latvia. Jā, es gribu pateikties visai Latvijai, lielu paldies. Tā atbalsts mums ir sastais spēlētājs no pirmās minūtes. Un, kā es teicu, mēs visu spēli spēlējam vairākumā. Paldies visai latviešu tautai. Tas ir priekš jums. Tas ir priekš jums. Puiši cīnījās kā zvēri, kā lāčplēši. Un es gribu visus apsveikt ar fantastisku uzvaras ar medaļām. Priekš mums tā ir mazā zelta medaļa. Un vēlreiz, galvenais ir ticēt brīnumam, un brīnums radīsies.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you said the goal today was winning a bronze medal. What made Latvia such a challenge?
Well, you can see their passion. Their fan base has been incredible. I mentioned this before the game. Their passion and enthusiasm has carried them far, as well as a very well-coached team. They don't give up a lot of ice. I mean, you know, they took Canada all the way with an empty net, beat Sweden, beat Switzerland, and beat us. So this is no fluke. Our Achilles heel, we just weren't able to close games out. You think of all the games that we went to overtime in, and we had the 2-goal lead against Sweden and late, and ended up having to go to overtime to win that. And then obviously last night lose with a minute and a half to go, and then tonight give up a goal with 5.5 minutes to go. So that was a problem for us, and just really disappointed, but couldn't be proud of our team.
You mentioned how proud you are of this team, and this is your second straight year as coach. What makes you want to come back each and every year and coach Team USA?
Well, we've been knocking on the door for gold, and we're going to kick it open at some point, and I'd love to be part of that. But right now, it hurts right now. I feel so bad for our players and all the people that put all the work and time and effort into this. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen sooner than later, and it's just so special to represent your country and be a head coach for your national team.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Kas tur ir iekšā?
Давай, вверх, черри, опять. Par jums visiem. Mēs to spēlām, jūs esat labākie.
As the score is tied after a record time at 10 minutes.